cross-pollinating STEM and GLAM for research software competencies and career progression. This is my SSI Fellowship application. My name is Phil Reed. A little bit about myself. I'm currently a Research Community and Training Manager in the eScience Lab in the University of Manchester, where I have previously worked as a teaching and learning librarian and data specialist and a research associate in posts that you could now describe as research software engineers. I've worked freelance and I've volunteered with the Library Carpentry Curriculum Advisory Committee. So what motivates me and what do I do? In terms of international research software community links, my main post focuses on life sciences research data management communities, particularly with the Elixir European network. I also work with UK Carpentries community, in part through the RSCs and SSI. I have established connections with N8, particularly with the White Rose Library Group following a previous fellowship application in the north of England. I have wider interests with Life Sciences UX, GLAM Labs, SILIP Metadata Discovery Group, Academic Libraries North, and various other networks. I lead and manage activities to improve computational practice. I'll be doing this at the Biohackathon Europe event in 2024 October in a project labelled Bioschemas for Mortals. I've also been a member of the Library Carpentry Governance Group, where one event in particular was called AI for Machine Learning for GLAM, and we had a lesson sprint, and I've worked at Carpentry Connect events. I've worked on scoping projects for digital humanities requirements for libraries to support cross-discipline research. And I've built a competencies framework in my last role focused on specialist library staff development, which was pedagogically driven. In my application, I'd like to look at the following big picture issues. Research software engineering skills and development is often established most in science, technology, engineering and medicine, or STEM, fields. Whereas arts and humanities, or galleries, libraries, archives, museums, which is quite a nice acronym of GLAM, can have more diverse data sets, more isolated researchers, and sometimes less funding available. We've seen that colleagues developing and supporting research software do not always have a clear path to identify the computational skills required or for their career progression. This is especially true in GLAM, for professional services and in digital humanities. My fellowship proposal will be to grow the Research Software Competencies Toolkit in GLAM. This is a new toolkit currently in development with other members of the SSI, and I would be looking for input from libraries in particular. I'll determine where there are differences in this sector with STEM, and I'll also consider community roles and interpersonal skills in addition to technical skills. I will use existing communities and reignite where appropriate, because some groups may have gone a bit quieter after the pandemic. I would host workshops at existing conferences and networks where possible to have the most engagement. I'll apply my cross-domain experience. I'll share knowledge between communities. This can include developing a mini-survey and running sprint events. And I'll apply my teaching and learning background and my research background. How and why will this have an impact? My work will lead to knowledge exchange between domains, therefore cross-pollination between STEM and GLAM. It will build on communities and develop interpersonal skills of colleagues. It's complementary with existing SSI work. It will build on recent work from other fellows. It will facilitate contributions from the arts and humanities computational research areas. I'll capture and then report on best practices and share lessons learned. It applies efficient, sustainable, and fair data practices and encourages equality, diversity, inclusivity, and accessibility in the research software community. This timeline shows my plans in a little more detail, considering costs. After 2025 begins, I will be more formally reaching out to networks and establishing requirements and availability. I will have a small survey to capture more details about what people need to see in the competencies toolkit. Throughout the year, I will be attending events such as the SSI Collaborations Workshop and others, maybe from the N8, from Academic Libraries North, the UK Ireland Digital Humanities Association, and further. I'll try and find the communities where they are, and if necessary, I'll travel to them. My workshops will require funding for hosting, catering, and travel, and so on. Throughout the year, I'll have a contentathon or further more of these where we will be implementing the skills and mapping these skills to 5 levels of competency throughout the toolkit and populating the list of training that these can link to. By the end of the year, I'll report on my progress and I will have blogs and various other outputs, and hopefully the communities will continue to work that we have brought together. Thank you.